This one I'm gonna rip into, boys. Believe that. Who has been entered into the shallowed walls of the Hall of Shame this week? Who has been crowned the captain of coonery this week? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Wankster of the Week. This week's Wankster of the Week goes to repeat offender Floyd Money Mayweather. This guy, he is getting the Wankster of the Week because he is the latest person to state all lives matter. Now, basically, he is being interviewed about certain things that have been happening in society today as it pertains to police brutality against unarmed black individuals. And he had quite a bit to say about that, as well as one Colin Kaepernick. Actually, I'm not even going to quote it. I have the tape right now, and I'm going to play it for you guys. So here we go.
I'm here to say all lives matter. You know, a lot of times we get stuck, and we're followers. When you hear one person say Black Lives Matters or Blue Lives Matters, all lives matter. What I learned from boxing, what everyone can take in real life, is follow directions, follow order. It's not right what's going on within this world on both sides. I think we need to communicate better, and I think we need to follow direction. It's rules and regulations to everything.
What do you think of Colin Kaepernick protest?
Kaepernick need to try to get the starting job. You know, stand up and get the starting job. That's what he need to focus on. But I can't knock him. If that's what he believe in, and the people stand behind him, you know, so be it. He got the #1 selling jersey, so it's obvious he's doing something right.
Oh, my God. Okay. I'm going to stay strong for you. All right. So he basically stated that, you know, he's not here to say Black Lives Matter and how, you know, we can all be followers at times. You know, Blue Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, no, all lives matter. Okay. This guy is completely clueless and completely unaware of what is happening outside of his Money Mayweather, you know, compound or fortress, if you will, basically. So this guy's saying how we all have to follow rules and regulations, and it's like boxing. We have to follow rules and regulations and stuff like that. So how about you tell that to the police officers? Tell them to follow rules and regulations. They are public servants. They are meant to protect and serve the people, not harass them because they're a few shades darker than they are. But of course, they're following rules and regulations, right, Mayweather? So what, you're telling us as black people to follow rules and regulations? We do, but then what happens? We still get shot. Look at Philando Castile. He was told to reach for his license and registration. He reached for it, but then he got shot. You look at so many other cases where people had their hands up saying don't shoot, but they still get shot anyway. They were following rules and regulations, and they paid the price with their lives. But hey, we're not communicating properly, right? Of course not, of course. And then he goes on to talk about Colin Kaepernick and saying how that wasn't the best move to make, and also he should be focusing on getting his starting job. Now, first and foremost, how is that not the best move to make? He decided to use his platform to protest, and that's exactly what he did. And he doesn't need to focus on getting a starting job. And getting a starting job has nothing to do with him making a protest. Even if he was a fifth-string quarterback, he still has the ability to make a protest. No matter what your skill level is, that shouldn't deter you from making a statement. And for your information, Mayweather, in Week 6 of the NFL, he did get his starting role back. So take that and smoke it wherever you're at. The man said, you know, I'm not going to knock him. You know, if it works, it works. Clearly it is because, you know, he has the #1 selling jersey right now. You idiot. This is how I know that you're nothing more than a capitalist and nothing beyond that dimension. You're so one-dimensional because if you would, you know, take your head out of your own ass or out of a stripper's ass for a second, then you realize that Kaepernick did that because it was sincere and dear to his heart. And he has even stated that he would donate his first $1 million to various charities and causes that can help prevent police brutality and things of that nature. But no, you're too stuck in your own ways to realize that people do this because they have a love for it and they have a passion for it. Just as much as you have a love for not educating yourself, for not reading, and for throwing money to strippers, they have a passion for doing certain things as well. And this all comes back to two things. One, even though you're a capitalist, you can be a capitalist all you want, you have to remove yourself out of that element for 1 second and think about things as a human being. Think about things as a human being and how humans should react if they had their rights unjustly taken away from them. And another thing that you have to think about is the fact that if you're not educated on something, don't speak on it. I am not educated on zombie movies, therefore I don't talk about zombie movies, all right? So if you're not educated on what's happening to the people in America, black people in particular, then don't speak on it. You have no right to speak on it. You're just as ignorant as any other white Republican pundit who speaks on all lives should matter or blue lives should matter or this person got shot because he was harassing the convenience store clerk. I'm sorry, last time I checked, doing that or being high on PCP shouldn't warrant you to get executed, basically. On whose authority? And the final thing I want to point out is the fact that I really hate rich black Republicans because they feel as though they're so high above everyone else in the black community that they are impervious and immune to what happens to them. I'm not going to name names, of course, because we'd be here all night, but Floyd is definitely one of them. He doesn't care. He doesn't even care about the fact that some of the people who did get shot and killed at the hands of the police were probably fans of his, but he shouldn't care less either way because they're not within his tax bracket. But then you have thought-provoking athletes like a LeBron James, for example, who's been very vocal about certain things that have happened within the black community, and he didn't have to be, but he did anyway, and I commend him for it. Hell, even Carmelo Anthony, and you guys know, I'm not a fan of Carmelo Anthony, but I respect the fact that he's using his platform to be vocal about certain things that are happening in the community. You don't have to be, but all respect to you if you are vocal about it. And like Mayweather, he doesn't have to be vocal about it, but if you're not educated about it, don't speak on it. Shut the hell up. And that's all I gotta say. He's definitely getting the wankster this week. Do y'all agree? Do you think he should get the wankster? Of course he should. I'm gonna drop it one more time, just like this. Learn how to read.